Hi everyone, we have a previous patient of ours from NK Active and her name is Lucia Bertacchini, and she is one of my previous patients, but she also comes back and sees us every now and again just to make sure that everything's going well. The reason that we've got her on this podcast today is because she has absolutely smashed it with her training goals in athletics, and she is, if I get this right, the world leader for her age group in the 300-meter hurdles.
Yep.
Perfect. So I'm going to pass over to you a little bit, Lucia. Talk to me about your journey over the last year.
Well, the last year has been a bit of a roller coaster in terms of emotions and, well, health and fitness levels. But, we started off with reoccurring injuries and things like that. And I've been under your guidance and helping me get back in recovery. And after the process of, recovering, getting back into training slowly has been amazing under NK Active. And then, beginning to start competing again. And then obviously there was the competition, which I managed to get the world lead at English schools in July. So roller coaster of emotions, but we made it out.
Good, and congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's such an achievement
Thank
for
you.
you.
Thanks.
And I think you've got high hopes now for a little bit of a change in the event. Is that to do with your age, or was that to do with?
So that's to do with my age. So in the under 17 age category, you can do, the women do the 300-meter hurdles, but as we go into under 20 or under 18, it then begins to go to the 400 hurdles. Okay. So it means I've got 3 extra hurdles to run, but it's okay.
Yeah. Looking forward to it or nervous?
Oh, I'm so looking forward to it.
Okay.
I'm really excited about it.
Do you favour that distance in training? Do you ever train up to 400 metres, or do you find that?
In training, well, particularly more training now because I'm going up to the 400, so there's got to be more
silly not to.
longer reps in training. But I'm excited about it because it ties in more. So with Great Britain, we run the 300-meter hurdles, but lots of other countries go straight to the 400. Okay. So I'm excited because you can then start to compare and see what other people in other countries are running, and you feel more, amongst it all.
Yeah.
So, I'm really
Do you
excited.
have hopes for competing internationally? Or?
Yeah, next year there's under 18 Europeans in Italy, and that's something for the 400 hurdles, and that's something that I really, really want to get to. Yeah. So that's the
goal.
Yeah.
The next goal, the future goal.
Definitely.
Okay, so kind of rewinding a little bit on the journey that you've had over the last year or so. Yeah. Talk to us a little bit more about the challenges that you had to overcome, and particularly the differencing in injuries that you had. Yeah,
so I've had a few injuries that you guys have helped me with. So starting off was my spring ligament in my right foot, and that was sort of a reoccurring one. It came back a few times, but I've been helping. You've helped me with on the AlterG gravity machine, and that was part of my recovery for that. Yep. So I think that was probably the biggest challenge I've had to face over the past year or so, was that injury, particularly because it wasn't an injury that was like a quick fix. It was something that had to be done properly and over a long period of time and things like that. And I think because it wasn't a bone injury as well, it took a lot longer, and it was harder to see, whether it was 100% healed or whether we still had long to go. It was a bit of a difficult one to manoeuvre around. But so I think that was probably the hardest challenge. But in terms of getting over it, I think that NK Active helped, because they said about how, you control the controllables, like the injuries happen now. What can you do apart from getting better? You can't sit and dwell on it. You can't think, oh, if only I did this, if only I did that, Yeah, and I think that really helped.
Yeah. Do you think that the treadmill played quite a big part in?
Oh, massively.
Like the time of your journey through rehab, or how do you feel about when you came out of the treadmill? What was your thoughts?
So I think that treadmill played a massive part. Without that, I feel like it would have taken a lot longer, because it's hard to, there was an injury that you had to load in order to get better, and that was, how do you load it without going too much, and how do you load it without overdoing it? And that was where the AlterG came into play. That was really easy to manage, how much load you're putting through it, how stressful it is, things like that. Yeah. So in that sense, in terms of my recovery physically, it helped because of that. And I think because of my recovery mentally as well, when you're told you can't run, when you're told you can't jump and things like that, it's like, oh, like that is my sport, that is what I do. So having to just stop doing that and not being able to do that, that's hard. But to have the Alter G where I can run and I can do hops and jumps and things like that, plays a massive part as well.
Yeah, and that's just because of how much the body weight could take off. So
yeah.
You're talking about loading, and it's just the body weight you could go down to 20%. And I think from recollection, we built you up nice and slowly, nice and gradually. But you couldn't believe it when I said, oh, well, you can do your drills that you do when you're out in training in the treadmill, and you're thinking,
exactly,
what is this? Like, I've not been doing any of these jumps. Anything hopping, you've been kind of scared, anxious to do it, and hopefully it was a big confidence booster for you.
100%.
When you came out of it, you went, oh, I can do all these things without the worry of it building back in and kind of creeping up. So,
and particularly because I remember when I was told that I could start running outside of the Alter G again, and you were like, okay, let's start to build in some plyometrics, more hops, and I was a bit nervous about that, but you know, you put me back in the Alter G, started hopping about, so I knew that I could do it, and then we go out and we do it on the ground. So I think in terms of that progression as well, that's really helpful for that as well.
Nice, perfect. And then anything else that NK had to help with? I think you had some orthotics with us.
Yes,
so
I
how have
did.
you been finding
Got
those?
them in my shoes at the moment.
Lovely,
yeah,
good
they've
to
been
hear.
really helpful, and I think for just sort of peace of mind as well, to know that, like, you know, I've got them in my shoes now as these insoles that I know that I can run with, they're supporting me, and I can feel them like lifting up my arch in my foot, and that's something that I think is really helping me. Yeah.
Good. And obviously that doesn't just come on its own, like you need to do the strength training with it to make sure that the status is strong, which we have already tested you again today as kind of ready for the off-season testing. So how have you found it with your strength journey? How's it been with using because we've got the Strength by Numbers kit here, how has that been for you, seeing and monitoring your strength progress? Yeah,
I mean, it's amazing. First of all, for somebody who isn't injured, like if I didn't have the injury, it's great to know how strong you are and what areas you need to work on, but particularly because of the injury, you then know, okay, well, why might that have come about? Because, you know, you can see if like one side of your body is stronger than the other side of your body, and where, you know, you need to work on in training. And I think because of that, then each training session that I have and each session I have in the gym, you can focus on those particular areas, and then you work on them, and then to come back after you've had hard work and you can see it all and you can see the progress on a piece of paper. I think that's quite nice for consolidation and things like that. Yeah,
and hold you accountable as well.
Exactly.
Because it can be very easy to let the foot off the gas a little bit, or like you said, you're doing all this training and you're working really hard, but maybe some of them you're just not quite getting where you need to be. It's that little push over, and you get the colour chart. It's very clear to see. Oh, okay, I don't want those to be red. I want all my scores to be green. So I think that's been really helpful for you, but also noting if you've been a bit tired or something's popped up, you get to track your progress over the months, which has been really, really positive. Okay,
100%. What
would be your, I think people refer it to as biggest moment of the season for you, like your top three moments of the season?
Top three, okay. Well, my favourite moment of the season would have to be English schools, because that's sort of the first big race of the season. You know, like your season leads up so that you can peak for English schools. And at that race, because it's the first point of the season, you don't really know, you don't know what's going to happen. It's all to play for. And the rankings on Power of 10, which is the ranking system for athletics, you don't really know who's run their best time yet. It's all up in the air, and it's, that race to come away with the gold in that, which defended my title from last year as well. That was, really special. And that was the race that I ran the time that I got for the world lead.
Oh, amazing.
So that's my favourite moment of the season, 100%. And then I think probably my second favourite would have been SIAB, which was international competition the week after, and I ran the same time again, and I think that was good, for consolidation, to be like, okay, that wasn't a fluke, this is the level that I'm at now, and it was really, really special. Yeah, 100%. And then my third favourite, I'd have to go for nationals, which is again the same time, and then defending my title again. So
And were you worried at all of any of them? Was there any anxiety with your injury at any point of these competitions, or did you feel quite confident?
Anxiety with my injury, I think probably no, because I've had the orthotics in my shoes, and I've done my exercises that you guys have told me to do and things like that. I mean, I've had things put in place to sort of stop that anxiety and keep my strength and my foot up and prevent injury in that sense. So anxious over my injury, no, but anxious over the fact that it's a race and, you know, it's like, you know, you have race nerves and in that sense, yeah, but that's natural. Yeah.
Did you fear at all that like anyone competing against you may have the upper hand because of the time that you spent off, or did you feel actually no, I feel good, I
feel like in a way sometimes obviously having the time off means, you know, I'm fresher, and in that sense that, you know, I want it more, in the sense that, you know, I've had to deal with this injury and I want to win, and I think in a way that helped me in some senses for the motivation sort of side of things.
Because you wanted to prove yourself.
Exactly.
Like, oh, I've done all this hard work.
Yeah, and because I won the title last year, you know, I want that title again, and I will get that title regardless of the time that I took off, because I know that I can put in the hard work for it. Yeah.
What would you say is a top tip that you learned from NK Active that has really helped take you through your kind of competition season, or something maybe different that you're now going to take into your off season?
I'd say probably the fact that you guys say, you know, control the controllables. If you're coming in one day, for example, like I did when I was injured on the Ultra G, and, you know, it hurts one day when I was doing my hops, you know, it's not the end of the world, it's fine, you know, we can take a step back, or, you know, maybe it's just an off day, things like that. And I think that's helped, you know, when I've gone back to training in that sense, almost got to grips with the rule of thirds. Like, not every training session is going to be an amazing training session and things like that. And I think I learned that from NK Active as one of the reasons, and I think that's helped with motivation. You know, if I come off from a bad session and things like that, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's a session that I've got in the bank, you know, regardless of how good it was. And I think that's been helping me in the journey to get to English schools and to get on to all these competitions that I've done. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. It's also that experience. You've gone through
100%.
An injury that's taken out a lot of time for you, and you've got that injury experience now. So you know what things to look out for. You know how it feels when it's your first time going through those things.
Yeah.
That's when it can be the most challenging, the most difficult, because you've never been through it before. It's completely unknown.
Yeah.
So now, even though hopefully you'll not have an injury in the same area again, but you are likely to have injuries in other places, you can take all those nuggets of information that you learned and go, right, actually, let's take a step back. Let's have a little bit of breathing space. Let's look at this head on and go, what's the common thing? Oh, actually,
100%.
I can give myself a little bit less pressure, a little bit more time, and I can work on those things. And that's hopefully what you've taken on from
100%.
this experience.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So big off season coming ahead. Competitions coming in the new year.
Yes.
What's your goal? What's your goal for next season?
Goal for next season, the big goal for next season would be under 18 European Championships in Rehab, and that's like more in the summer sort of time. In terms, that's going to be the big goal, the one that I really want to get to.
Get to, or to perform at? What?
At the moment, it's going to be to get to.
Okay.
Because, you know, the training and things like that, and it's going to be to get the qualifying time. When I get the qualifying time, it will be to perform well, because I want to be able to get there and compete competitively, 100%.
Nice, great goal.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for chatting with me today.
No problem. Thank you for your time.
It's been amazing to have you back in, and I'm sure we will see you much more in the future.
Yes, I will see you soon.
From all of us here at NK Active, we wish Lucia the absolute best with all of her future competitions, and we look forward to seeing what she can do in the future.
Thank you very much.